Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Coach. I got one more tip for you guys when you're talking about the franchise. Now, again, I didn't want to get this thing out because I don't know if I'm going to play any of you in the game. Because if I play you in a game or you in my league, I'm not even messing with you on this one. Now, this is a coach's pick. This is going to separate the men from the boys. Now, check this out. Oh, man, it's tight. All right, check this out. You see, a lot of people are going to want to boost up their top guys. A lot of people are going to take the XP and all that other stuff and put it into their top players. Guys, please understand, you can draft a seventh rounder and bring him up and make him worth money. But let's talk money for a second. Think about this for a second. Why would you want to boost up a guy that's already good? Why would you want to do that? But a lot of guys in your league are going to do that. So what I'm telling you need to do is this. What you need to do is let the good guys be good. Remember, there are tiers. There are things that the good guys need to accomplish to get XP, and you can work on them themselves. But what I want you to start focusing on, I want you to start focusing on your lower tier players. Think about this for a second. It's going to cost, it's cheaper to buy or cheaper to purchase a seventh rounder, a sixth rounder, and a fifth round draft pick. That's pennies on the dollar. But remember, Tom Brady came, Terrell Davis. You can get these gems in there. So another thing you need to think about doing, wait, I'll get to that in a second. Another thing you need to do again, when you start this whole thing, you're going to get a 79-man roster. It is very important that when you're playing your preseason games, you test out everybody in there because you might have a few gems. And remember, they might be, I don't know if they're walk-ons or whatever, but it's going to be cheaper to keep her. You know what I mean? So that means you spend less money on the lower tier guys, but you can build them up. So when it comes to contracts, think about this. You can offer them a good contract and keep them for a few years. Whereas if you have a good star that's going to want to negotiate, he's going to demand more money. You might have to franchise tag him or something like that. So what I want you to do is I want you to get a few things. Get a notebook and spread out all the paperwork. And you sit down and you write down all about your players. I mean, this is really big time because think about this. Don't worry about the top dogs. I don't want you to worry about the top dogs. What I want you to worry about is those lower tier guys. It's the lower tier guys that you can get on the cheap. You can build them up as starters later on. Now remember, guys, like I told you before, small choices, pick and choose, bring a few rookies in. But think about this. Save, save, save. The lower you are in the cap, think about when a big name comes up. You will have enough money to outbid all your competitors. But don't put all your XP and all other stuff into an already made star. He's already a star. You're going to have a bunch of other guys who you can put stuff into. And here's another thing that you have to understand. When you're playing the game, don't just focus on the big names. Build up your characters. Switch out your running backs. Throw to different wide receivers. Work your linebackers. Work your core. You work everything you possibly can work. Because when it comes down to it, it's time to play ball. I'm telling you, I promise you. I promise. And this is how you're going to know. As soon as you start your league, you're going to have general managers ready to just throw the boat. I want to trade for this guy. I want this guy. I want this. I don't want you to do that. All I want you to do is chill. You take a deep breath like I told you before. Chill out. You're good to go. Remember, lay back, cut. As a general manager, you want to think about the future. You don't want to think about right now. And you slowly want to build pieces. But what people don't understand, you're going to have pieces already on your team that you can build up yourself. And when you get to the draft, if you're not sure, guys, trade down. Because as soon as your name pops up, you're going to get a bunch of offers. Don't pick up any contracts. No contracts. Don't grab any contracts. What I want you to do, I want you to trade down. Trade that first for a second and third. Now listen, if you're not sure about the money, this is going to even make it tighter. Trade down for maybe a second and third this year and a second next year. That means you're compiling draft picks. And guess what? That's when you can dangle the carrot in front of their faces. Because what's going to happen is if you have draft picks, that's when you can negotiate more stuff, more terms and more things that you can do with other people. These guys are not thinking, and this is why you're going to have a step ahead of all the other guys who's going to have this Madden 12 thought process that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to trade my whole team away and I'm going to do all this other. Hey, guys, I'm telling you, Just follow your boy Coach. I'm telling you, I'm going to make you into that general manager. I mean, hey, you can be a Jerry Jones and everything, even though you're not a Cowboy fan. I know some of you aren't. But what I'm saying to you is this. All you got to do is mind your money. Think about real football. You know big names don't come in all the time. The lower your cap is, the more wiggle room you'll have. Do not try to take on contracts without doing your homework. Make sure if you do take on a contract, do your homework. But if you want to be smart about it, go for the draft picks. Don't worry about the names coming in. Go for the draft picks, trade down, stockpile more draft picks. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because while everybody's sitting around dealing with contracts throughout the whole season, you maintain your team. And then if there's a contract that's too high that you don't want to pay, that's fine. Get rid of them. Look in the draft. Start scouting for what you need. If it's an offensive lineman, the offensive lineman, wants a lot of money. He thinks he's all that, right? No, I'm going to get rid of you. Matter of fact, if you feel like, here's another, I shouldn't be giving you this stuff. Here's another thing. Check this out. If you're dealing with a player that you don't want to sign, guess what you do? Go ahead and trade his ass. Trade him for picks. You take it. If you don't want that quarterback and you know he's going to cost a lot of money, guess what you do? And you think, okay, let's take, let's say Tony Romo. All right, let's say Tony Romo. Say I don't want Tony Romo no more, and it's time to start negotiating contracts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start scouting for a quarterback, and then what I want to do is I'm going to trade down, get more draft picks, and then I want to trade Tony Romo. And what I'm going to trade Tony Romo for, I don't want any players. Don't give me players because I don't want to take on any money. But I wanted more picks. Stockpile more picks. Stockpile more draft picks. Build up a quarterback that I know. And then guess what? In case there's a problem, you'll have enough cap space. And guess what you can do in the offseason in the franchise mode? You can go ahead and get a quarterback just to fill in the mold right there while you're grooming your other quarterback. Y'all ain't going to be able to mess with Coach. I'm telling you. Work with your boy, dog. We want to play chess. And I'm telling you, if you just follow this thing right here, nobody's going to be able to touch you, man. This is your boy, Coach, man. Hey, man, it's about to come. It's about to pop, man. Remember, man, trade down. Stockpile your draft picks. Don't take on any unnecessary contracts and try to get rid of contracts. And I don't mean cut players because remember, you're going to get the cap hit. So what you want to do is you want to trade if you're going to trade players away, trade to stockpile draft picks so you'll have more money under your cap. So when it comes to free agency, you'll have more money. And then with the lower picks, your seconds and thirds and fourths, guess what? You're not carving up $20 million just to sign somebody that you don't know is going to work out. Come on, man. It's your boy, Coach, man. Holla at you later, man. Hey, this is fun, man. Man 13, baby. Get ready. Holla at you later. Peace.